Peace and abundance, peace and abundance. Cosmic Mind UV, Royal Risings, Royal Day, Namaste, Shea Hotep, all that great stuff, man. It had a default time on here. It was 10:43 a.m., not p.m. So that's why I had 10:43 p.m. They wouldn't let me edit the time. So 10:43 a.m. Grand awakening for black people, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into it. Let me share it around, give a little time and space to get the goddamn crust and sleep the lick out your face. Yeah, man. And yeah, man. We're gonna share this around, man. We gonna give it a little time and space, man. We're gonna ease into this, you know what I'm saying? Real breezy and take it easy. What? Uh, Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, man. Royal Day, we're gonna let the players play. Ain't no surprising when it's a Royal Risings. Cosmic, why do you say Royal Risings? Why you say Royal Day? We're royal, we are royal, and we are rising. You know what I'm saying? So instead of saying the Grand Rising or whatever, just my version of, Royal Risings, If it's midday, Royal Day. And then if it's nighttime, or what they call nighttime, and even that's a whole nother topic. Sometimes when it's night, it's really still daytime. It's just like a dim daytime. Anyway, but yeah, when what we call nighttime or whatever have you, and it's just royal night. That's all. That way, we raise the vibration of our greetings for one another, huh? So we got this grand awakening, man. I've been hearing about this grand awakening. I touched on it a couple of shows before. Been hearing about this grand awakening thing, and everything is supposed to be, and maybe what it's supposed to feel like, and what it's supposed to look like, and the numbers it's supposed to be, and all this other great stuff, right? All right, here we go. Let's go, let's do what we do. Let's do what we always do. Let's go ahead and navigate through the crevices of a lot of what's being said, and then we can go ahead and put it to bed. Ain't it, man? Hope all is well, man. Hope all is well. Hopefully you're cheerful today. Hopefully you had a great recharge, a reset, or whatever, rest, or whatever you call it. And then we're going to go ahead and get to it, man. Okay. What can black people do to take back this earth plane? It can be overstood, not understood, but overstood. Well, some of y'all might be understood first, but you overstood, on several levels: spiritual, economic, social, and cultural. We got to do the bust down for the practical and metaphysical perspective. So we're gonna do the practical and the metaphysical perspectives, okay? All right. So we gotta graduate from saying we gotta unite, we gotta start talking about the implementation of different steps for that to be actually productive. Okay, number one, spiritual and consciousness level. Reclaim indigenous knowledge. Study and practice indigenous African spiritual systems, cosmologies, and sociologies that existed before colonization, etc. These traditions held wisdom about harmony with nature, energy, and the sacredness of life. Healing and collective womb. Healing the collective womb and mind. Healing the collective womb and mind. Trauma lives in both the body and spirit. Healing circles, ancestral veneration, meditation, plant-based diets, and energy work help restore balance. Shift language. We got to shift the language. We were just talking about the royal rise and stuff like that. So shift language and mindset. Words shape reality. Oh man, y'all hear that? Words shape reality. Moving away from, you ready? Eurocentric programming. Okay. Quote unquote good M word, end quote, versus grand rising, end quote. We did a show on that. And reclaiming, affirming powerful language reprograms the subconscious. So it doesn't have to be grand rising. It could be your own, your own version of it. But just graduating from that M word. You hear me? All right, here we go. Economic empowerment. Group economics. Pool money and resources into black-owned banks, or just your own collective as a group. You feel me? You could just establish your own pot or collective, whatever you're gonna call it, as whatever said tribe or group it is. You hear me? Businesses and cooperatives. Money is a major energy or energy of this earth plane. Circulating it with the community multiplies power. Land ownership and agriculture. Land equals freedom, farming, community, gardens, and sustainable living ensure interdependence from systems designed to keep black people dependent. Build parallel institutions. Schools, media outlets such as Cozmik Mind UV and Sacred Space, all in your face, you hear me? With Empress Star should take you far no matter where you are, you hear me? Trade networks, health systems, structures that serve black interests without relying on external validation. All right, so look, we have we have a few interviews coming up soon. We have a few more different shows. People are interested in booking some some air space or some space or getting some space to rock out, to do their own creative avenues, their creative lanes. So we're we're situating that and lituating that, and then we're gonna go ahead and let them rock out, and see what we got. So we got some surprises for you coming through. So that's why I was saying, that's why I was saying, as far as sometimes I'll give you updates on upcoming shows, and then sometimes that's why I say upcoming. I don't ever give you like a date and a time, because it's just upcoming. So it might be that day, it might be that week, it might be next week. It might be different topics. So all right, but we're gonna definitely get to certain topics, a lot of variety of topics. Anyway, social and cultural reclamation. Control the narrative. Media is one of the most powerful tools of domination. Creating and supporting black-owned platforms like Cozmik Mind UV and Sacred Space and Who You With, you know what I'm saying? Films and publications reshapes how the world views blackness. Y'all support fan base, by the way, man. That's melanin black owned or whatever, and you can invest into the platform. It ain't but $400 at the minimum, man. You can get some shares into the platform and really do some business with that. You know what I'm saying? That's melanin black owned fan base. Make sure you go check out fan base. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? We gotta See, sometimes we just gotta, promote each other without, the money sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Just, something that we know is a just cause for something that we need, and it's an industry we really need. People have been saying we need our own black Facebook or our own black YouTube. We need our own, black this, black that. So, what I mean? There's fan base, you feel me? So, And you actually get more money. You actually get more ROI, return on investment, whether it's your attention, your time on the platform or whatever. You get paid from likes, you get paid from different stuff. So you literally, it's literally worth it. So you really need to go check out Fanbase. Salute to the owner and the creator of that. You know what I'm saying? The Melanin Indigenous Capital. What was that? What was that show we watched the other night? It was with the melanin. It was like a black it was like a black Shark Tank. It was like a black version of Shark Tank. Bet on Black. It was called Bet on Black, and it was on Tubi. It was this show called Bet on Black. But anyway, look, cultural continuity, reviving traditions in music, art, food, and storytelling keeps the spirit of ancestors alive and strengthens identity. Unity, pretty please, across the diaspora, Pan-Africanism or just knowledge of self, and global black solidarity dismantle the divide and conquer tactics of colonial systems, political and structural moves, sovereignty and self-determination. From local governance to international recognition, sovereignty gives black people or indigenous Coppertone, etc., copper colored, the Moors, whoever, authority over their destinies. Defense and protection. Communities must learn to defend themselves. That's what I was saying. If you are developing these different self communes or self sufficient areas or black towns, whatever you're going to call it, learn how to defend yourself. It could be all that love and light, love and light, love and light, but just make sure you have that militant element there as well. You know, just in case. I'm just saying, just in case. To defend themselves legally, physically, and digitally against exploitation and violence. Strategic alliances build coalitions with other oppressed groups without losing focus on black or Coppertone or indigenous, etc. liberation. Metaphysical and energetic warfare. Vibrational shift. The quote-unquote earth plane, end quote, operates on frequency, raising vibration through diet, meditation, music, and thought cleanses collective energy. So that's why we have to raise our taste and our boundaries on a lot of this music bullshit that's coming out, the stuff that is corny. You see what I'm saying? Or it's what shit, you may as well call it music warfare. You hear me? But look, breaking soul contracts. Look, watch this. Breaking soul contracts of oppression. Many spiritual traditions teach that oppression locks people into cycles, rituals, prayer, and conscious action can dissolve these binds. Meditation and collective will. When masses of black people, indigenous, Coppertone, etc., visualize, affirm, and act towards liberation, the spiritual field shifts. Bottom line, we got some comments coming in, so we're going to get to the comments in a few. Bottom line, to take, quote unquote, back this earth plane, end quote, black, indigenous, Coppertone, the original people, must heal the spirit, reclaim culture, control resources, unify across the globe, and raise collective vibration for the nation. Power is not just physical. It's economic, cultural, spiritual, and what? And what? Cosmic. Ain't that something? It's what? It's economic, cultural, spiritual, and what? Cosmic. Yeah, 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 yeah. Woo, 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 woo. Okay, what about taking back the land? Taking back the land is one of the most powerful and revolutionary acts for indigenous, Coppertone, the original, and or black people, because land is the root of interdependence, wealth, and sovereignty. Without land, people are forced into dependency. Without land, people are forced into dependency. Here are several layers of what, quote unquote, taking the land back, end quote, can mean. All right. Number one, land ownership and control. Buy land collectively. That means more than one person. You feel me? Even if you're not gonna be directly involved, like man, I don't want to do that land stuff. Man, just put a couple of dollars into it. Or if you got a hookup at goddamn Home Depot or Lowe's, some goddamn where. You know what I mean? Whatever. Pooling resources through co-ops, land trusts, and community investment funds make it possible to purchase large tracts of land for farming, housing, and business, or all three. Why not just do all three on it, right? If you're gonna get a large portion, just do it all on there, eh? Community land trust. This model keeps land in the community forever, preventing it from being sold off or gentrified. All right. Boom, 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 boom. All right, protect what we already have. Many indigenous, copper tone, black, etc. families lose land through bad taxes, legal tricks, or lack of wills. Legal education and or knowledge and estate planning are critical to keep land within families. Agriculture and food sovereignty. Grow our own food. Farming community gardens. Farming community gardens and permaculture. We're going to do a show about permaculture and stuff like that too, man. Composting and all of that good stuff. Probably permaculture versus composting or something. We'll figure it out. Restore interdependence from corporate and government controlled food systems, healing the soil using natural farming methods reestablishes harmony with the earth while also healing health disparities caused by toxic food. Seed banks and indigenous crops. Preserving African and ancestral crops strengthens cultural identity and resilience. Land as power. Economic base. Land allows for housing, farming, energy production, and businesses, creating wealth for generations. Political strength. Communities that own land gain political leverage. Communities that own land gain political leverage and bargaining power. Isn't that something, y'all? So it ain't about just voting. Get your leverage up, ain't it? Get your political power up. Get your bargaining power up, ain't it, man? Sacred connection. Land isn't just material. It holds memory, ancestry, and spiritual grounding. Reconnecting to it strengthens identity. Resistance and reclamation. Fight land theft and gentrification. Black neighborhoods worldwide face forced displacement. Organizing legal, political, and sometimes physically is needed to resist. Reparations and restoration. The demand for reparations must include land restitution, since much was stolen through, slavery, colonialism, Jim Crow, etc. Return to Africa movements. Some see reclaiming ancestral land on the continent as part of the solution, building global Pan-African bridges, etc. Spiritual and symbolic level. Earth as mother. In African or indigenous traditions, land is not property, however, family. To take land is to restore harmony with the Great Mother. Ritual and ceremony. Honoring ancestors and blessing the soil before farming or building reconnects the spiritual bond. Guardianship, not ownership. True reclamation means to not just quote unquote owning end quote, however, protecting and regenerating land for future generations. Bottom line, Take back the land means buying, protecting, farming, and spiritually reconnecting with it. Land equals power, food, freedom, culture, and future. Without land, liberation is incomplete. Y'all hear that? Without land, liberation is incomplete. Uh, so if you are the people that's yelling the reparations, or it depends on where you are in this thing, you know what I mean, or whatever you want to say, whatever talking points or whatever intellectual viewpoints you're at. Land needs to be in the negotiation package. You know what I'm saying? That should be really the number one priority, because the dollar is crashing. So the land really should be the top of the top in the mineral rights. You feel me? But anyway, so we'll do that one day. Okay, here we go. Boycotts. Boycott. Economic boycotts on all sectors that don't serve indigenous, Capitona, black people's best interests. That's a very powerful angle, because economic boycotts have historically been one of the strongest tools of resistance and liberation. One of the strongest tools for black people or indigenous, Capitona, original people. Since money is energy or energy and circulation, choosing where not to spend can literally shift power. Let's bust down why boycotts work. Money equal power. Every dollar spent strengthens the system it flows into. Every dollar spent strengthens the system it flows into. If black or indigenous or Coppertone, whatever have you, communities redirect spending habits away from harmful businesses, corporations, institutions, etc., those businesses lose leverage, like the Target or whatever else. All right. Collective action multiplies impact. Individually, one person's boycott is small. Collectively, millions withholding spending can shut down corporations or force changes. You could do that at your job too. Y'all should start doing more boycotts at your job instead of complaining about the wage. But all of your coworkers gotta be down. They gotta be up for it, not down. They gotta be up for it. You feel me? You feel me, mom? A lot of these people could change a lot of these 9 to 5s, gigs, or whatever if they do a boycott, just like they did with the what was that, when the ports did a strike, that port strike. Yeah, they got their money up though. They renegotiated the funds with them, or the contracts. So a lot of people gotta, y'all gotta stand together with that, man. They not gonna fire the whole staff. You feel me? And if they do, they know that will be economically retarded. Because then you got to what? Take time and space and energy to restaff again and retrain. You hear me? So that's you losing mad money. So y'all 9 to 5 people, man, consider that. I don't even give a fuck if you work at a fast food place. You feel me? Shut that bitch down. We ain't serving shit. Now what we doing? The wholehearted staff. Until we get $3-4 more, what we doing? You feel me? You out there, you can't go get another fast food fucking gig. Like, let's be real. Like, what are we talking about here? Anyway, you can even start your own fast food shit. Don't act like we don't know about slinging plates. Come on, B. Like, let's stop this shit. Historical proof. Montgomery bus boycott, 1955 to 56, nearly collapsed the bus system, and sparked a global civil rights movement. Similar tactics can be used today. Yeah, man, you don't have to keep being the number one going to Walmart. Y'all don't got to go to Walmart. Oh, it's a little more expensive. The medical bills gonna be expensive too, baby. Did you hear me? It's a little more expensive to eat healthy. The medical now let's are we going do we need to do the math on the medical bills, or the little more it's gonna cost you to eat more healthy? I'm just saying, which one gonna cost more? I'm just asking. Somebody let me know which one costs more. Maybe the vegetable costs more than the medical bills. Anyway, what to boycott? sectors that harm black people. So let's do a quick review. Let's do a quick review of what we went over thus far. Why boycotts work, okay? We went over that. Then we went over spiritual and symbolic levels. We went over resistance and reclamation. We went over land as power. We went over agriculture and food sovereignty. We went over land ownership and control thus far. All right, let's get to it. Okay, sectors that harm black people, all right, or indigenous, autochthon, original people, etc. Food chains and fast food, right? I just said about that, whether you the worker or the consumer, huh? Often target black neighborhoods with unhealthy products leading to disease. So we got to stop complaining about, oh man, all we got is the food deserts, all we got is all these unhealthy choices. You don't have to eat. Look, you said choices, unhealthy choices. So you have to choose the unhealthy choice. So I mean, we gotta own our responsibility and accountability. We already know them, they, those already know what the fuck they do. The same playbook. It's the same playbook, fam. It's the same shit. So, look, we can choose to start farmers markets. We can choose to start collective farmers gardens and stuff in the neighborhood or apartment complexes or whatever. We can choose to go to farmers markets instead of, and then at the same time, even if you go into the stores or the grocery stores around you, you still can choose the healthier options. You have to choose to read the ingredients, right? You have to choose. You see what I'm saying? All of these choices, baby. So I'm just saying now. Yeah, the system is trash. It's fucked up. Yeah, it's doing it on purpose. Yes, etc., etc. However, it's still giving you the choice to go to McDonald's just because it's right up the block, and you feeding it to your youth. Them, a lot of y'all doing that shit too. All of the 7-Eleven food, all of that shit, Burger King, all that shit. That's why we're gonna do a show called Diseases and Foods. Yaki Awaken talks about that a lot. So check out Yaki Awaken. Okay, so we went over food chains and fast foods. Okay, it says often target black neighborhoods with unhealthy products leading to disease. Beauty and hair products, ladies. Now, hey, I mean, I know you don't be wanting, a lot of y'all don't want to hear this shit. Many brands profit off black consumers, however, use harmful chemicals, ladies. We already know this shit by now, and don't invest back into black communities. You hear me? So the weave, the lashes, the stuff, y'all know what it is. The extension shit, the shit, man. It, like I told y'all, right now, if you look it up, it's lawsuits going on with that weave chemical shit. Man, come on, man. And it's in majority of the shit. So even if you melanated and you a black chick or melanin a capuchon chick, and you saying, okay, well, I'm a black business and at least I'm a black, but you still selling the bullshit chemicals to your people. So unless it's a holistic or some type of chemical, non-chemical substitute, then you just as fucked up as the people that's doing the shit. So anyway, look. Okay, banks and financial institutions historically redlined and exploited black people, indigenous capital people, yet profit massively from our deposits. So instead of taking your money to the thing, be like grandma in them back in the days, get the or the the street era. Get a shoe box, sneaker box. Get you a jar, get your change jar, get you a big ass jug of water. When you finish that big ass jug of water, turn that bitch into a money jug. You feel me? You see what I'm saying? Compound interest your own money. Compound interest your own money. Your our money, them, they, those money of stack faster like that. Now I want to keep my money in a bank or institution. That is the reason why the shit runs. It runs on deposits. Banks run on deposits, not extractions. Do you understand? Okay. Media and entertainment. The only way they can do loans is if they have other people deposit the money. How they gonna loan out shit when they don't have deposits? But anyway, look. Media and entertainment platforms that promote destructive images of blackness while extracting billions from black culture. Dame Dash call them culture vultures. So I'm telling y'all, and I know it be people that y'all fuck with and love so much, the Tyler Perrys and the whoever else is even BET. Y'all know BET been trashed for the longest. And I don't really watch TV like that. So, or whatever other bullshit that's on. You hear me? Um, yeah. All of these, y'all know what it is, fam. You got the Oprah Network, all of that shit. Y'all know what that shit is by now, man. Come on, but it's still a choice, y'all. That's what makes it so infuriating or frustrating as far as for me or beings like me or beings like me. It's like, goddamn, people are still melanin, coppertone, indigenous, the original, are choosing to have their mind, energy, talents, expertise, etc., harvested. Whether it's your quote unquote your vote, your church dollars are being dedicated to the church. That's an institution. It's a business. Why don't we understand that shit is a business? The church is a business. You have to make deposits into the church for the motherfucker to still keep running. Hmm? Building fund, tithes and offerings. Huh? If you not making them deposits into the church, they not gonna be able to keep the upkeep on that bitch and etc. So if we deposit, we, them, they, those, if we start depositing more into ourselves financially, mentally, physically, emotionally, etc., then we would get so much more done, what they say, overnight. You see what I'm saying? Okay, retail and fashion, brands that disrespect black people yet depend on black spending. So all of these different stupid ass brands and all of that shit. You hear me? Where to redirect spending. Black owned businesses or copper-tone, whatever have you owned businesses, restaurants, farms, clothing, tech, schools, or learning facilities, wellness centers, etc., bookstores, etc., herbal stores, etc., co-ops, and collectives. Pool. Well, we gotta get some straightening around here in the background, y'all. Co-ops and collectives pool money into shared ownership, businesses and credit unions. All right. So to me, it's more immediate if we just pull the money together. Like I said, man, a lot of y'all still partaking in these different Eurocentric activities and hollow days, hollow HOLLOWDAZE, hollow days. So if you're coming together for that type of crap or these fight parties or all of this stuff, the stuff that whatever, you hear me? Why don't we just change the narrative this year? And for the ones that's doing it, salute. But why don't we change and make that a trend and say, look, man, we gonna come together this year to talk about business, man. You know what I'm saying? And then people always make these excuses. Well, we live so far apart, we're in different states. It is this thing called a Zoom calls and shit like that. So there really nowadays is really no excuse. We had the three-way call back in the days and all that good stuff. You feel me? So, but nowadays it's definitely no excuses why, oh, we in different states, so we aren't able to do a family meeting. No, you could do a family meeting. You just bullshit. You got a StreamYard and all different types of stuff. Land and real estate assets. Move money from consumption to ownership of different land, property, and long-term wealth or investments, different variety of investments. Solar is one too. Make sure you get into green and solar energy. You hear me? We got to do a show on that, green versus solar energy or whatever have you. We'll figure that out. Education versus knowledge, skill building, fun homeschooling. You hear that? Fund homeschooling groups. Fund homeschooling groups. Well, yeah, it is tougher when it's just one person or two people doing the homeschooling by itself. However, if we're getting homeschooling groups together and it's online, you know, then we can move something, ain't it, man? Then we can control the knowledge and the narrative and the education and all of that, right? Trade schools, trade schools, and you could develop your own trade schools. How many uncles and aunts and cousins and homies and people got skilled trades? You feel me? Not just certified trades, just natural abilities that people consider to be trades. You hear me? You a artiste, you a poet, you a da 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 da. That's a skill. You hear me? Um, whatever, grant writing, whatever. Look, education and on knowledge. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, we did that one. Strategy for maximum impact. Targeted boycotts. Instead of trying to hit everything at once, here we go, you ready? Instead of trying to hit everything at once, focus on one sector or company at a time. Hold on, y'all. Let me get a quick commercial break. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Strategy for maximum impact. All right, we're gonna go over that. Targeted boycotts instead of trying to do everything at once. Focus on one sector or company at a time. Stop spending on one major brand until demands are met. All right, so one brand at a time, man. So I would say a lot of major with y'all, we have to do different sectors. Like it would have to be food. You know what I'm saying? Sectors, the grocery stores, the Walmarts and all of the other stuff like that. We got to shut a lot of these places down, or we gotta cripple that, cripple that power they have. All right. Seasonal slash rotating boycotts or seasonal. Create cycles every quarter. A different sector is boycotted. So I would say Christmas, Black Fridays, excuse me, all they did was let's just reverse psychology and reverse psychology pimping. Oh, when we put the Black Fridays get you hyped, it's just so you can spend money, man. It's just so you can break bread, man. Come on, man. Come on now. No more cyber nothing. No more Black Friday nothing. People like, well, that's the best deal. There's deals and sales going on all the dumbass fuck time. It is deals and sales going on all the fuck time and space. You can type up right the fuck now anything, any fucking thing damn near. And it is a motherfuck sale. So please, come on, man. Come on, I can hear niggas. Man, come on, man. Now you telling me just not even looking for it. You ain't walked in any store and seen something on sale. 50% off, something, nigga. It is a 30% off, 10% off, 20% off, 5% off. Usually it's above 5. So it's always fucking sales going the fuck on. So pretty please with everything, don't use that stupid ass shit, please. Please. And especially if you just like the old, like my earth mother and my aunties, if you what they call a bargain shopper, you already know it's always sales going on. So to say, yo, this 1 year or two, we're not gonna spend on Black Friday at all unless it's a melanin or black business. It got to be a melanin or black business. Whether it's online or whether it's local or whatever have you. Melanin or black grocery stores, different departments, different businesses. We got to be intentional with yeah, they gonna treat you like I treat you like a $2, $3, $1.50 whore, dollar whore too. If you keep spending with me and I keep treating you like shit, but shit, you, them, they, those are my biggest consumers of my shit. Yeah, they gonna keep treating you like whatever, whether it's the hair stuff, the weave stuff, the beauty supply, whatever. Okay. And to me, we should just have different sectors to do different simultaneous. So if you the type of person that love fast foods and then you should be in that section. You know what I'm saying? So that way we could do a lot of this shit simultaneously. Buy quote unquote buy black campaigns. Run parallel campaigns where people don't just boycott, however, replace black with black alternatives. It's a black farmers almanac, it's farmers online, it's grocery stores, it's melanin grocery stores online, it's mad clothing, it's mad natural products, all that Etsy stores, all that. Come on, man, come on, we got to be intentional, a lot more intentional. Toilet paper, go to, it's all one word, webuyBlack.com. I gotta go get, I don't know if they have the RV. I live in the RV. They got that's different than the regular toilet paper. So I gotta see if they got the RV paper. But I'm just saying, for y'all people that use regular toilet paper, you see what I'm saying? You can go to We Buy Black and they got the melanin indigenous copper tone people. They got the toilet paper, toothbrushes, all that great stuff. You feel me? So yeah, man, we have to be intentional with our spending and use melanin, black, copper tone, indigenous alternatives, man. Public accountability. Track which companies reinvest in black communities and which don't. Expose the latter. And even if they reinvest, what are they reinvesting in? Is it something that's just gonna keep you more indoctrinated and shit like that? Or is it really something that's gonna really empower you? Because a motherfucker can sprinkle you with some goddamn bullshit investment money and it's just really for their best interest, and they can just gloss it over with the feel of it being just like a Black Friday. Yeah, Black Friday, yeah, man, yeah, it's for you, yeah, we gonna get you some sales. When sales be going on all the dumbass fuck time, go to Groupon, download Groupon app right fucking now and tell me here ain't no sales going on right fucking now on everything. and other coupon apps and shit like that. Cause back in the days, you used to cut the bitch out the paper. But yeah, it's sales going on all the time because it's what? It's if you overstand big companies, big business, it's this thing called what? Overstock, overflow, right? They got, isn't it a store called Overstock? What is, isn't that shit called Overstock? Some shit like that. Well, anyway, they have this shit called Overflow. So you know what I'm saying? A lot of different that's how you can get your third hand stores, your dollar stores, Dollar General, because they buy a lot of overstock or over inventory or shit that didn't sell or whatever from other big companies, you hear me? At just a cheaper ass price. They buy them by the pallet. They buy big ass pallet fulls, you feel me? You can cop pallets too, by the way. But anyway, look, that's a whole. We see business. We that's so verse. We can go 1,000 places with that shit. So a business day, we can get that. But look, spiritual and psychological power, breaking dependence, boycotts are more than financial. You hear that? Boycotts are more than financial. We're gonna get to the comments in a second. Boycotts are more than financial. They break psychological ties to brands, foods, and systems that exploit you, them, they, those, and us. Reprogramming value systems, choosing to sacrifice convenience. You hear that? You hear that? So that means stop going to the goddamn shit up the street. Stop going to the fucked up bodegas and the fucked up. And then, like I said, when you ordering your shit, you still can order shit that's more healthy or more healthier option. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. However, to economically cripple them, because you still spending the bread there, you still making that exchange there. Stop going to the motherfuckers. Establish our own farmer. Ladies, ain't y'all the first agriculturists or whatever? It should be farmer, little itty bitty farmer. Look, I got to do a video on. It was a video with the youngest farmer, melanated. You know what I'm saying? I got to do a video on that. I forgot the names. You feel me? Some of the star seeds, but I got to do a video on that. But yeah, man, man. It should be little farmers markets and fruit stands and all that everywhere. You hear me? And then look, that's an easy business to start, fam, and it's low overhead, fam. It's low overhead. You can either grow your own shit, excuse me, or until you grow your own stuff. If you getting it from the right supplier and it all seeded, then you can do what? Y'all already finished it in your head. I ain't got to finish it for you. Look, check it out. It says spiritual and psychological power. It says breaking dependency. Boycotts are more than financial. They break psychological ties to brands, foods, and systems that exploit us, them, they, those. Reprogramming. And I'm even talking about on the grander stage, them celebrities, all y'all that's finally getting out of the stupor. Like I said, melanin, copper tone, Nehrus, and melanin women, because I know y'all want to do sports and shit too. Why don't y'all pool your own fucking money and start your own NFL? I told you, call that bitch NBFL, National Black Football League, NBFL, nigga. Just like they had the Negro Baseball League. Fellas, why don't you young up and coming and you retired melanin, start your own and don't attach it to the major league. Start your own shit. Just rebrand that bitch. Just rebrand the whole shit. That's all you. Salute the Ice Cube with the big 3 thing. Link with Ice Cube and get behind the scenes, put the fucking money together, because y'all got the fucking money. You got the influence. You got the da-da-da-da-da. So fucking do the shit. And have an all melanin, intentional black league. And like the fuck I said, see what the fuck they do when it's all Europeans in the NBA. Like it used to be. Remember? Go look at the original b-ball or whatever, when that shit was the only Europeans on the b-ball court. Go look at what the shit looked like. Huh? Come on, Shimon. I'm talking about overall. Over the fuck all. It needs to be an overhaul, ain't it? Overall, it needs to be an overhaul. If you want to get back in good with the melanin indigenous black people, they thought you was a sellout. Goddamn, bust them. Salute the one, the Bootsy. He building his own land and all of that. The rapper, Lil Bootsy. You hear me? He got his own land, and we got his stuff like that. You hear me? And then a lot of us got to tap into. Salute the 50 Cent, 50 Cent, Curtis Jackson, whichever one he was in at that point in juncture. He's investing. What is it, Mississippi, a black town to redevelop Black Wall Street? Huh? That's what I'm talking about. 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 Come on, man. That's what I'm talking about. So when they are doing it, we gotta highlight it. Cause we know goddamn well that's not gonna go viral. That 50 Cent just reinvested into smaller or people that aren't celebrities, invested into them to redevelop a black town or a quote unquote rendition of Black Wall Street in Mississippi. Just recently, this wasn't 2-3 years ago. So when they are doing something major or major shit, even salute the. I gotta do a whole show on what I don't like the first word master, but anyway, Master P. He been doing the cereals and the fucking stuff. Not to say it's healthy or not. Still though, he making his own shit, and he's influencing others. Snoop Dogg and all of them, whatever. Yeah, do your own. So it ain't just Dame Dash. Salute the Master P. He been doing that shit since goddamn it. Since how long you been known? Master P been doing his did not depend on nobody. His own thing, huh? So come on, man. Salute the Shaquille O'Neal. Remember the Shaqs? Shaq ain't get no Nike. Yeah, he was with Reebok. He was, but then he said what? The sneakers was too expensive, so he did the Shaq shit. He did his own Shaq sneaker. Do your own fucking shit. So if you are in the celebrity realm, if you are in the influencer realm of any sort of kind, or a combination of both, this is not just you talking down to the people that admire you. This is you are held accountable too, bitch. And at a more higher level now, because what? With great power comes great fucking responsibility, B. Huh? And accountability. We need to have this Ibrahim Traore, other than just marches and all of the other stuff. Salute to that. But you done already done that. You done already done. We, them, they, those, and already done that. You got to rule by these fiat dollars. Yeah, we know it's fake. Yeah, they printing the shit out of thin air. Yeah, there's pimping. However, in the psychological of pretty much majority, this shit still holds weight and power in some countries. And you see them getting rid of the shit as fast as they damn can. Anyway, reprogramming value system, choosing to sacrifice convenience for sovereignty, trains discipline and unity. Collective liberation mindset. Every time, salute the Wale last night on Q Butter show. Y'all check out Q Butter. But salute the Wale, man. Yeah, I mean, he inspired me last night, goddamn it. Talking, he talking to liberation, he take it serious though. And he's doing it. Pursuing it. But we gotta get our warrior on, G. Salute the Q Butter in his schools. I would suggest do mobile schools. Mobile is always the way. That way you can go to where it's at. You hear me? Anyway, collective liberation mindset. Every time money is redirected, it's a silent vote for black freedom. And I'm gonna say, well, Cozmik, are you boycott? Hell yeah, I haven't been to goddamn McDonald's, fam. I would say a damn near 20 damn years, 30 years. I can name a list, literally, of places I have not spent a penny of anything, energy, anything in that shit. You hear me? Burger King, Taco Bell. That's just one industry. We could do the list by industries. You feel me? Real shit. So look, bottom line, I create my own clothes. Yeah, I get gifts from people. I mean, you still got them Earth family to give you gifts and shit. You hear me? So you be turning down shit all the damn time if they fuck with you like that. But anyway, economic boycotts. Bottom line, economic boycotts are not just about protests. They're about redirecting billions and trillions in black spending power, 1.7 plus trillion in the US alone, into systems that serve black liberation instead of black exploitation. So yeah, ladies, get that cosmetic. Y'all got heavy spending power over there. All of the chemical based shit, the sprays, the whatever, the perm shit, whatever the shit y'all be, all that bullshit you put in your hair, your crown, the lashes, the bullshit. You hear me? I feel for you shorties. I really don't feel for you because it's stupid as fuck. But you shorties to do the BBL, some of y'all getting concrete and all types of shit in you. Huh? Because you just don't love yourself so much. You want to be fitting in with somebody else so goddamn much. Y'all gonna have to look. Oh, this is gonna hurt the shit out of y'all soul. You gonna have to boycott people like Beyonce. And if you don't boycott her, you gotta at least hold her to a higher fucking standard. Why the fuck did you have to bleach your fucking skin to fit the fuck in, bitch? Why did you have to bleach your skin to fit in, shorty? Why you had to go blonde to fit in, shorty? Why you had to narrow your nose and all that, shorty? Yeah. If you gonna goddamn do this, hold them accountable though. Have balance though. Huh? And then the ones that are doing, etc., like the 50 Cent or whoever else, you gotta give them credit where credit is due. Cause we definitely highlighted when they doing fuck shit. In 50 or whatever, he been busting great ass moves for a good ass second now. Business portfolio crazy, banana bonkers. So to transform, so all of the prison look at 50 Cent, fam. Street hustler, robbers there, and prison, all that. You feel me? Wallow, whoever else, but they said, whatever. But what I'm saying is inspiration. You hear me? And let me go ahead and say this too, man. Because I mean, since we in Cozmik, man, UV. Look, man, stop selling your fucking soul. I gotta go ahead and say it, man. I gotta say that shit, man. Stop selling them, they, those. Stop selling your fucking soul for fame, popularity, etc. And then different versions. We gotta stop selling our soul for instant gratification in the wrong forms. But y'all know what I'm talking about. You influencers, you whoever. Especially you, well, not even especially, you, all of y'all, the men and the women. You fucking dudes pushing the homosexual narratives and bullshit, man. Even you influencers. I see you influencers that's highly popular, millions, y'all be having to do little funny shit. Stop selling y'all fucking soul, B. Cause you lazy and don't wanna tap into your own fucking higher potential and your own whatever. Yeah, we gonna have people that's discouragers of what they call haters, but you gonna have that shit if you sell your soul and get into that shit too. So you ain't ducking and avoiding that shit. Huh? Huh? You ain't ducking and avoiding that shit either way. So yeah. Y'all should, if you don't know by now, you ain't gonna never know. You should know. Stop selling your fucking soul for the fame and shit, man. And that's whoever that's for in all sectors, like they just said in this thing. Conclusion overview. Let's wrap it on up and get to the comments and we get up out of here. Empress Star take you far no matter where y'all. Sacred space all in your face. That was created just for. She got some stuff cooking up though. I really have a high intuition or intuitiveness that she is cooking up some great surprises and presentation for the near shot for everyone. All right. Taking back the earth plane for black, indigenous, the original, melanin, copper tone beings, people, etc. Reclaiming power on this earth plane requires a multi-layered approach that unites the spiritual, cultural, economic, and political. Spiritual awakening. Spiritual awakening, that's number one. The first step is a grand awakening, reconnecting to indigenous and African ancestral knowledge, spiritual systems, and natural laws. Healing trauma, raising vibration, and realigning with the divine balance restores inner power because no external system can truly dominate a liberated mind and spirit. Let me hear it. Taking back the land. Claim a land is life. Hold on, y'all. Yeah. Gratitude to the Empress Star taking you far no matter where you are, man. But look, land is life, man. Reclaiming land through ownership, farming, and protection creates interdependence, not independence, but interdependence in food, housing, and we gonna do a show about that. Independence versus interdependence. All right. And what it means for black people, melanin people, indigenous, you know what I'm saying? You know how we do. All right. Okay, look, interdependence in food, housing, and wealth. Land is also sacred. It ties us to ancestors and future generations. Without land, freedom is incomplete. Without land, freedom is incomplete. And then I be telling a lot of y'all, we teach some salute to the schools and all that, the blacks, but why don't you get some land and then put your school on the land? And then it'll be an area that you run. That's what I want to see Q Butter and y'all elevate too, man. Y'all get you, not to say you in, if you already working on it, cool, salute. But anyone like that, if you got like STEM schools, why don't you get some land and then make it a learning area? You feel me? And it's a tax write-off and all that other extra shit. I'm just saying. Because they could learn the AI stuff and all that, and then they could learn agriculture, they could learn mad stuff, you feel me? Grounding, all of that stuff, you feel me? So I think yes, we doing a lot of surface level stuff. We doing the businesses, we doing we got some melanated schools, we got some child homeschooling black stuff online, melanin and digital stuff online. Yes, that is yes. We are doing a lot of surface stuff. Yes. And it is major. Some is minor, some major, some but super. However, we gotta go galactic. If you own the land, you run the area, then you do what? You draw up a blueprint Okay, we gonna put the school over here. We gonna put the yoga studio right here. We gonna put the Reiki joint right here. We gonna put the herbal facility healing center here. You hear me? Now you got a whole area of healing, ain't it, man? Huh? Yeah, I would come on these shows or lives, but a lot of times and spaces, I don't like to go on erratic. A lot of these different lives and shows is too sporadic and erratic. And if we not on those serious shit, what your girl Erica, I take my shit seriously. You know what I mean? I really do. Okay, on we go. Land is also sacred. It ties us to ancestors and future generations for the near shine. Without land, freedom is incomplete. So we gotta stop yelling that freedom shit, and you keep talking about you. See, listen, I need you to understand, okay? I really do love you. That's why I get worked up, okay? That's what they call tough love. That's the other side of love, the mushy shit. Now we go. We got to get to the lessons and the responsibility and accountability and the tough love. They're hyping you up on reparations because it's a dollar attached to nothing. Did you get it? Let me say it one more time. They hyping you up on reparations because they want you they want to hype you up on something that's attached to nothing. Of course they're not going to hype you up on, yeah, we're going to give you this land. We going or even if you that person of the mindset, the 40 acre and the mule thing, you feel me? Whatever, you feel me? You might even have an ancestor that's still here that was back then and know about that shit, and they still yelling that because that exists, huh? So why would they not prioritize land and mineral rights and shit like that, huh? And then, like I said, reparations, the reason why, I need you to hear me all the way out and let it process. Reparations is unrealistic. Yeah, a small few may get it, yes. However, as a grand overall, no. Why do you say that, Cozmik? Because let's say if we're operating by the rules of now, interest, back pay, shit like that, it would be so much just money off of minerals alone. Let's say it's a tribe, they getting their land back. You done made billions off of their minerals off of this said area. So are you gonna compensate me just off of the money you made off of my minerals, my tobacco, my whatever? Are you gonna compensate me for that shit first? See, this is the shit I'm talking about, huh? I'm gonna do a show on what's the name of that beach? Hold on. It's a beach in a melanated beach. They got their beach back in California. I'm going in my notes. It is Bruce Beach, California story. They got their land back. So, like I said, yes, you will have small cases like that, fam. But son, how they gonna give you the land back when their agenda is to poison the food? You got to look at the Bill Gates. You got to look at the land that China owns. Y'all forgetting that? The foreign interest people, they got land that they own. So a lot of this shit is bought up. We ain't just talking about the the KKK or the whoever, or somebody whatever. What about them? What about the international? China has a lot of land over this bitch. I'm just saying. What about the land where they ran freeways through your shit? What about the land they whatever they flooded your shit? How come we not yelling, yo, why don't y'all what do they call that? Drain. Yeah, why don't y'all drain Lake, all of these Lake Laniers? Why don't y'all drain that and let's see what's under there? Because I know the towns are still intact. That could be a historical landmark right there. Why don't we drain all of these different lakes and stuff that they have on the school curriculum? Because a lot of us, those had to learn about all these different lakes, but we didn't know the real history behind them shits and what's under them. So look, it says, for black people, reclaiming power on the earth plane requires a multi-level approach that unifies spiritual, cultural, economic, and political. Spiritual awakening. The first step is the grand awakening, reconnecting. We said that the trauma, because no external system can truly dominate a liberated mind and spirit. Take back the land. Land is life. Reclaiming land through ownership. Farming, protecting creates interdependence, food, housing, wealth. Land is also sacred. It ties us to ancestors for generations. Without land, freedom is incomplete. With land, communities can build self-sustaining nations. Economic boycotts. Economic boycotts cut off energy from sectors that exploit black people and redirect them into systems that nourish the community by withholding dollars from harmful corporations and investing in black owned businesses, land, education, and or knowledge and health. The collective 1.7 plus trillion spending power transforms into a liberation fund. Unity across the diaspora. Global black unity is the key, whether in Africa, the Caribbean, South America, Europe, North America, wherever. The struggles are connected. Trust me, they running the same fucking plays and damn near everywhere, fam. You know what I mean? So we over here arguing about, they doing that shit. They running the same plays internationally, B. We have to understand that. Just because it's different terms or different whatever, don't mean it's the same plays. Indigenous Pan-African solidarity strengthens bargaining power, cultural identity, and sovereignty. The balance of spiritual and material power. True liberation requires both spiritual ascension to break mental chains and material sovereignty through land, wealth, and institutions. One without the other is incomplete. So, like I said, we got the surface level. Salute again, Q Butter. He got the school, but you got to get the land. You got to get the land because what? One without the other is incomplete. Especially if you them types, you got a following, you got 100, 200, 300, or 100 plus people, 80, 50, 60 plus people, and counting on your YouTube page on a regular. In your comments, man, y'all should be a motherfucking capital hub. Y'all should be raising mega capital and then start some shares. Man, look, y'all should be paying me to goddamn it up your shit. The balance of spiritual and material power. True liberation requires both spiritual ascension and to break mental chains and material sovereignty through land, wealth, and institutions, etc. Final word. Indigenous, Compatone, the original, black people, etc. can quote unquote take back the earth plane, end quote, by healing spiritually, reclaiming land, wielding economic boycotts on all sectors, even that church shit. Even that church shit. Even that. Start going to church online. They got the shit online. Stop going to that goddamn facility. Stop putting your money into that shit. If you still gonna do the Jesus crap, detach from the building and you putting your money into the building and the pastor and stuff. Can you do that? Can you at least do that? Huh? Don't they got online sermons, all that stuff? They got stuff on YouTube. You can rewind it. You hear me? It's not that. It ain't that serious. It's just not. It's just not. This is not just about survival. It's about creating a new paradigm where indigenous, original, copper tone, black, etc., the original people, indigenous people, live in sovereignty, harmony, and divine power, no longer dependent on systems designed to exploit them. And we got to stop arguing about the systems set in place to exploit us, because if we look at it, all they're doing is looking out for the best interest of their group, their collective group, like we should be doing. We should be more racist, right? Towards a lot of people. We should be more racist toward this system. We should be racist towards shit that's economically fucking us over. Ain't it? Oops. Royal Rising says, Empress, start taking your father out of where you are. She says, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and share, just to say thanks. Gratitude for your participation, for the near shine. And like I said, I got some collaborations coming up, y'all. If you would like to collaborate, man, let's get to work. Let's get it done, man. We got to stop secretly competing with each other, secretly being envious. And just, man, we should be envious and competing and jealous with this damn system, son, and against it. We should be competing to separate from this bitch in a harmonious fashion. We need to be careful as well as aware of the words and thoughts that we are using, because it shapes your world. Oh man, Empress, start taking your father no matter where you are, man. All right, man, let's get it. Grand day, grand rising, royal rising, namaste Shay, royal day, we gonna let the players play. Royal night, we gonna let your mind take flight. Like I say, man, Cozmik Mind UV is already where you should be. I don't know where you are. I don't know why you should have been subscribed to Cozmik Mind UV, man. You hear me? But yeah, we need some collaborations, man. I be seeing these different lives and stuff with all of these multi-panels, yo. Hey, I'm with all that. Let's get it. Let's do it. You hear me? I'm intellectually diversified. You hear me? You know, I could do intellectual pivots. Let's get it. You know, but we not doing a bunch of arguing over meaningless bullshit. You hear me? Because that's what a lot of y'all be getting into. Y'all be having some mindless, worthless ass debates. You hear me? So if it's not helping you move forward and elevate you and enrich you, we got to stop doing that ASAP, immediately. Cold, what they say, cold turkey, ham, cold cuts, whatever. All right, man. Empress Star will be coming with Sacred Space very soon. She got something great cooking up for you, baking up whatever for you, grilling up whatever. You hear me? And who you with gonna be sliding through. I'm the co-host over there. And then, like I said, man, we got some interviews on Cozmik Mind UV and some collaboration for the near shine coming up. So if you would like to do that, just link up with me. And guess what? Cozmik Mind UV.